Stand by for action. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Hey, good evening to you. Welcome along. It's Friday night live with Stu Bear on Airshow World. How the devil are you? Great to have your company. Fantastic to see so many folks in the chat room already. And look at that. Benny, what are you like? Thank you so much for that really kind donation. That is just amazing. Thank you. Right, hey, what have we got coming up for you on tonight's show? Well, we've got Mildenhall, Lakenheath, Flying Legends, Little Gransden, Royal International Air Tattoo 2007. We've got on tonight's Airshow World followers, we've got Marcus Campfield here with some great photographs that we've got to show for you. And also on classic air shows tonight, we've got A10 action from Alconbury back in, I think it was 1992. But hey, and of course the chat room as well. We'll be mentioning as many folks as possible in just a few modes. But to start the show tonight, we have the amazing Mark Jeffries and the brilliant Global Stars. Well, that's what we're going to kick off tonight's show with. So hey, keep the messages coming in and I shall go through the list very, very soon.
With extra thanks to Mark Jeffries that we're all here at this airfield, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's his toy box. We're playing with
There he is, leading them through their paces in this incredibly tight Diamond 4 formation.
It's especially the formation's remarkable. You've got aeroplanes of very slightly differing performance.
Yes.
The high, the mid-wing and the low-wing aircraft perform slightly differently. So to get them to fly as tightly as this is quite remarkable. Shows the skill of the individual pilots beautifully.
Yeah, definitely, and also 70 horsepower between the least and most powerful of the 4 aircraft in the formation, adding to that challenge. Pulling up into a very big, very graceful barrel roll, and out of this, I expect to see them changing into another formation that they call Swan. And changing now into Trail formation.
Are they backtracking, Daniel? Are they
Getting into a close line astern. There he goes, creating a really beautiful shape in the sky. At the tail of that trail formation. Ready for the break. Go, calls Mark Jeffries, and they split apart.
think many of you who are regular attendees at Little Gransden are used to seeing the global stars and used to seeing Mark Jeffers perform. But please don't become just to say, well, it's just another. It's not. This is pretty special. 4 dissimilar aeroplanes, 4 superb pilots, and a really superb performance of aerobatics at its best.
And one that, as the team's name suggests, has been seen and enjoyed all over the world on some of the very extensive overseas tours they did, we have to say, before COVID set in, and which I'm sure they'll be doing again.
Indeed, I think they're going to be on their travels again in the next few months. But they've certainly, to my knowledge, have been to China 3 times, Mongolia, India, and other destinations, Hong Kong, I think, for the bridge opening. They just travel all over the place, and they're in such demand because of the outstanding level of performance they offer.
And again, as we were saying with the wing walkers earlier, it's just not a type of display that a lot of people in those countries will necessarily see on a regular basis. We're rather blessed here, aren't we? We've got some top-level acts, but there isn't such an airshow scene in those countries.
No, we are very fortunate. We take some of it for granted necessarily. We just shouldn't do that. But when you take a group like the Global Stars overseas, particularly the Chinese, the response was phenomenal. And the crowd lined up, just stand and applaud as they come back in. And they were doing 2 or sometimes 3 performances a day for different TV slots, and it was relentless in hot weather. But they soldier on.
Very experienced glider pilot Chris Heames, as Mark rolls around their smoke trails. Watch the rejoin. Straight into box again. And that's an excellent example of the sort of management that's required by the leader of a formation, isn't it? To enable the boxman to get so smartly back into formation.
Well, they don't call him leader for nothing. He does lead the team and puts everything where it should be, flying perfect speed for the other guys to fly on and around him.
The 4-ship now coming in for a loop. Looping once more. they pull out to come back onto the display line. Pulling up in unison, smoke on, continual smoke this time rather than dotty. And there's the double heart. That was the 2021 Global Stars.
Well, I said they are something special, and that is the one and only Mark Jeffries and the Global Stars. Wow, absolutely. For me, I think with the extra 300s, they are the most dynamic display team that uses those particular aircraft. So, and you may remember, I did some exclusive filming for Mark Jeffries and the boys over at an airshow, a nighttime airshow, and with all the pyrotechnics coming off. And hey, I'm sure in the near future we'll show that one again. But that was the full version, and that was taken from Little Gransden Airshow. We've got more coming up from Little Gransden Airshow just a little bit later, and when we do that, hey, we'll give it a good plug, because for me, again, it was one of the best airshows that I attended last year. Right, who have we got in the chat room? We've got so many folks, and so I've missed a few of them, but I'll start off with SHGP Media saying, evening all. We also have John Bullen, Roger Shadbolt, Andrew Austin, Julie Rotherham, Hannah B, Gary Inge says, right, Gary, he's put some photographs on the Airshow World fan page, and beautiful sunset. Hey, I love a sunset, and we've got some beautiful sunsets coming up in just a couple of mo's. Clive Everly, hi to you. John Bullen is also with us. Amy Wilson says, good evening, Stu Bear, and all. Looking forward to another great Friday night show. And that's from Amy, Claire, and Dave. Thank you for joining us. Andrew Austin says, hello, the bear. Nice one. Clive Everly, Marcus Camfield. And Marcus Camfield's going to be starring just a little bit later. He's going to be, his photographs are going to be on the Airshow World Followers just a little later in the show. John Bullen, we have HMRIFA. Okay, he says, hello everyone. We have Lex R saying, hey, how you doing? Jilly, and also Peter from me over there in Lincolnshire. Great to have you. Becky Davis is with us, been putting lots of messages in. And PJ, hiya PJ, Piotr, Karen, she says, hey Stu, I've ordered that book that you suggested last night on the show that I did. The UK Airband Frequency Guide, written by a very good friend of mine, that is Rick King, and I can certainly recommend it. And if you look on page 2, you may see the bear in there somewhere. Jim Gemmell is with us, and Hannah B, hiya Anna, PJ, Betty Ringstorm, and Ringstrom, I think we say it. But hey, Benny, thank you so much for that real fabulous donation. We also have Clive, our very good Clive. Hey, Clive, great to see you. How the devil are you? And who else have we got? We have Max Sido. And I tell you what, I shall go through the rest of the list on this next particular clip that's coming up for you right now, because hey, you want to see some more great videos. And what we're going to do right now, we're going to go back to last April, and I tell you what, I can't wait. When I was editing this next video earlier in the week, I thought, oh boy, I can't wait to get back in April to Mildenhall to be able to maybe get some of these wonderful sunsets. So you're going to see some of those coming up in just a moment, and going to start off with this old, you can tell it's old by the trail that it's leaving. It's an AWACS, a US Air Force AWACS that popped in just as it was starting to get dark, and this was from one of the live shows that I did, so expect lots of this from April time. That's when I shall be back down at Mildenhall. But hey, we've got Andrew Austin, Alconbury. Yep, we've got some Alconbury coming up a little bit later. Graham's with us, Mike B, Malcolm James. We've got Nobby Neal, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nobby Neal, he's watching the show over there in Bulgaria. Look at this shot. Now these are the shots I want to bring for you live again in April. Beautiful sunsets you get, and these are all taken from John's Field. Is there anybody that I've missed out? I'm sure. Oh, Kirk Ferrari. Hello, Kirk. Good to see you as well, young man. Max Sido. Robert Russell is with us. And he was also mentioning about the UK Airband Frequency Guide. UKAFG. Just put that into Google, you should find it. It's a book by Rick King with all the airband frequencies. It's a must. Hey, Pete and Jilly, are you going down to Mildenhall from April? Let me know. Aviation 747 is also with us. John Bullen, Stephen Billings. John Bullen says, earwax. Don't talk about earwax. I've gone deaf in one ear. Hey, Dick and McVitie, good to see you as well. And I'm sure Dick and McVitie will pop down sometime when I'm going to be down there. No doubt SHGP will pop in. Love everybody in the chat room. The best chat room on YouTube, no doubt about it. We have Matt Cat Lady. Jim Gamble's with us. Hey, good evening to you, Dickie. Look at this shot. Beautiful. So then, Stephen, SHGP, early April, get yourself down there. And let's hope we get some flying this time in these beautiful sunsets. He was gutted last time. We had a gorgeous sunset and nothing was flying. And then the next day, we got all these shots. Hi, it's Stu Bear from Airshow World, and I'm very proud to announce our sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And for viewers of Airshow World, you can get 15% off from the world's best tea and coffee company. Plus, you'll be helping Airshow World grow. Just use the code Airshow. That's the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. It's as easy as that, isn't it, hey? Oh boy, and I tell you, hey, you know the bear loves his coconut tea, and that's... Uh-oh, I've drank it all. I need to get a fill up in a minute. But yeah, you heard it from Mr. Stuber. Hey, that's me. 15% off, and just remember, if when you do order the actual tea, make sure it's in uppercase. Tea or coffee, whatever it is, it's the best in the world with the best on Airshow World. Nick Can, how the devil are you? Good to see you. Who else can we say hi to? Stuart Ramsey. Hello there. We also have Heather Ramsey. And yeah, talking about that book that we were mentioning earlier. If you're into your Airband frequencies and what have you, hey, it's not just a book. When the book turns up, you'll find there's a code in there, and that will give you, I don't know how much access, but it will give you certain access to their actual website as well, with all the frequencies that are all updated. He updates them every single week. It's an absolute labour of love, and Rick spends so much time on it, so it's certainly worth, hey, getting hold of that. I think it's about £16, something like that, so check it out. Right, what are we going to do right now, Mr. Bear? We've got more action coming up for you. Right now, we have some videos also taken last April from Lakenheath. That should be coming up for you, like right now. Special F-15s as well. These were some visitors, the mountain home ones. And this was also taken from a live show that I did. Very, very early morning start. Got down to Lakenheath in the mist. Got up close to the fence. And we managed to bring you these absolutely beautiful shots. There was something like about 24,000 people watching on this particular show. And as you see, most of them were actually departing, but this one thought, no, I don't want to go home yet. I'm going to stay down at Lakenheath. What a great day this was, and as I said, we had this was taken from a live show, and so many of you fantastic folks were actually watching. Right, hey, what have we got coming up for you next? Got so much on the show tonight, such a big variety of different aircraft coming up, and in just a moment, hey, I'm sure the main man is out there somewhere, our good friend Maurice, because he's going to enjoy this. We have some flying legends from Duxford. That's coming up in just a moment. Before we do that, hey, Jilly says, love the afterburners. I know, it's great, and certainly in a pretty good position to be able to get those for you. And that was actually filmed looking through the fence with a camera right up against the fence, so it can be done, you know. And I don't know if some of you guys, you probably saw some reports in the press and what have you, that ex-cabinet MP, he was actually down there, and a bit of a photo opportunity. They were all there, and yeah, he was going up some people's ladders and what have you at the end of the runway down at Lakenheath earlier this week. And also, who else was down there earlier this week? Our good friend who's in the chat room right now, Steve. He was Stephen, should I say? Stephen was down there at Lakenheath, and either earlier this week or last week that our other good friend Steve, he was down there as well. So hey, pretty popular place to be at the moment. Everybody going down, checking out those F-15s and F-35s. And hey, with a little bit of luck, I should bring some of those to you later. I'll say from around about April. Meanwhile, what have we got? Oh yeah, as promised, we go. As I was saying, we go back in time to Duxford with the a quick glimpse at the Flying Legends.
We're proceeding for last pass.
Hey, Grafton, 1-1. That's our very good friend, Andrew. How are you doing as well? Great to see you. Thank you for putting the messaging. Keep the messages coming.
Young pilots going to the RAF would fly in these sport machines. Sporty biplanes, aerobatic, superbly designed and superbly constructed equipment. Rolls Royces of the fun skies.
Fury P38 Lightning will be taking the hard runway. ABC Fury to display. Roger, just an observation from one pilot, a Warbird pilot. Looks like there was a panel loose just under the canopy where you are, maybe 1 foot down from the canopy.
A panel, confirmed. Was that on taxi out? That's normally down because the gear handle's hooked to it. Fury 2, can you see anything loose on me from both sides, please?
Yes, but number 2, the aft plate is not a problem.
It's not a problem, confirmed.
It's not a problem, I confirm.
Hey, well, Morris.
There is some ground.
I knew you'd be there somewhere.
An observation.
With a little bit of luck, Morris, hopefully this year. Probably on the Sunday, if that's okay with you. Hey, we'll hopefully meet up and get to Flying Legends at Sywell. I'm not 100%, but I think the date is going to be around about the 11th, something like that, of July. But don't quote me on that one. I don't think it's official yet.
There's a request from the Hawk who's airborne with the gear unsafe. He wants to know if anybody can get airborne and have a look.
How about the Sea Furies? They're up right now.
Okay, thanks. The Sea Furies message from the display director. The Curtis Hawks 1,500 feet to the north with a gear unsafe warning. He wants one of you to that's okay.
Furies rolling in.
Oh, Matt Cat Lady, what a superstar you are, hey? That's fantastic. So pleased for you. And I tell you what, Matt Cat, hey, send some photographs across, all right? Love to see those two cats. You know I'm mad on cats.
230 degrees, 14 knots.
Navy Swordfish.
Curtis Hawk, that's it. We're looking to get you in after the Swordfish has departed.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's due to depart at minute 5:03.
Hey, Kirky, I'm going to have to feature that again, aren't I, very, very
We'll
soon.
get back to you with your
Rabbit on the runway. Promise, I'll do that soon.
And if you can just close it a little closer to the field, that'd be great.
Navy Swordfish ducks aground.
Navy Swordfish, go ahead.
Navy Swordfish to display.
2132.9, Navy Swordfish.
Sent over for the Royal Navy Historic Flight. They also have a single seat.
Swordfish report lining up.
Navy Swordfish lining up on the grass.
This is a moment where the sky here at Duxford belongs to the Royal Navy Historic Flight. Just like the RAF has a Battle of Britain Memorial Flight.
There you go then, Matt Cat lady. Hey, you better send those photographs across very, very soon. Everybody wants to see them.
Sea Fury.
Swordfish rolling on the grass into display.
And how do you get in touch with the bear?
All three wheels.
Hey, it's really simple. I'll tell you in 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you very, very much for that.
Need any else further assistance?
No, that's it. Just decision time now. Thanks for that. See you later.
Happy landing.
The other distance of you were equally happy for you to come back here or to Cambridge. It's up to you.
Just let me know when you're ready for me to display.
The Swordfish was, we mentioned earlier on, it's one of only 2 aircraft that was in frontline service on the first and the last day of the war, the other one being the Spitfire. It also at last...
You can run in for your display now.
Clear display, Swordfish.
Good sort of this ground crew are aware of your plight and are making their way to you, I believe. Just to keep you up to speed, we're looking at trying to get you airborne when the Swordfish has finished his display and is downwind to land.
And how do you get in touch with the bear? Well, it's quite simple, really.
You also...
Just send me an email across. It is Stu, S-T-U, at airshowworld.com. Stu at airshowworld.com. S-T-U.
Oh, Roger, thanks very much for that. Much appreciated.
And coming up in the chat room right now, I shall put a link in there. You remember I was talking just a couple of moments about the UK Airband frequency guide by my very good friend Rick King. Hey, here comes the link for you right now.
To salute the public. See the gunner? You see his head protruding above the other. But the Swordfish history is filled up with extraordinary moments. It's the largest warship ever made. With the right-hand side.
Of course, there are other times when young men had to take these out over vast expanses of frozen sea, flying escorts to Norwegian convoys, going right into the north of
Wind right to the grass.
Swordfish, Roger, the grass is blocked at the moment. There's an aircraft just about to become under tow.
Swordfish copied. Swordfish is 1 over to the north.
Swordfish, thank you. Break Sea Fury that's displaying at the moment. There will be a P4, a Corsair departing ahead underneath your display.
AFO Sea Fury happy.
Corsair, take up at your discretion.
Sea Fury 3 from 1 and 2. Call downwind.
Navy Sea Fury is south downwind, full stop.
Roger, Sea Fury 1 and 2, entering the downwind from the north.
Navy Sea Fury, sidles get out, full stop. The hard.
Navy Sea Fury, thanks. The hard only.
Swordfish, do you want me to keep holding to the north while that aircraft is on the grass?
The sky. According to
Quite a fantastic air show this. The Flying Legends. As yet, we still don't know what Sywell are going to come up with, but this was back in the days when it was at Duxford, and
Swordfish.
look at the shots you could get.
38, taxi for departure and then to display. 38 to display, I say again to display.
Hey, keep the messages coming in. If you're watching this and you can't see the chat room, or you can't take part in the chat, hey, come on. It's so simple. All you have to do is just subscribe to Airshow World. It's absolutely free. And within 1 minute, you'll be able to take part in the fantastic chat. And it'd be great to say hi. Like we're going to say hi to Mark Webster. Hey, Mark. Always good to see you. Hope you're having a good evening. And don't drink too much of that Doom Bar. Hey, save some for me, okay? Can you see what's lined up? Just about to take off at the end of the runway.
P38, roger, at your discretion.
Swordfish to 122075.
Swordfish, roger, thanks very much for your cooperation. Cooperate running in.
Good info, Swordfish, capture back to my spot.
Swordfish, roger, follow the CQ.
Ah, here she goes right now. Couldn't believe it. I said to Alexa, I'll say that quiet.
We just ground idle, please, around the
Said to her the other night, you know, these smart speakers we're talking about. And I just said, Alexa, hello.
Repeat, get into my slot.
And she replies back, she says, hey up me duck.
the grass, so just hold for 30 seconds or so.
A very good evening to Architect Design. Good to see you, giving us a big wave. Nice. And thank you. Carl Scheel is also with us. Look out for lots of live streams from our good friend Carl Scheel as well. Philip Jones, thank you for putting a message in, and we'll have to see that then. Watching Shirley Bassey. Hey, you're watching the best thing, mate. Hey, Airshow World.
At the time they were preparing the Allied landings on the south of France, which happened during
It certainly is there, James.
and on the 31st of July,
Try it, see what happens. I won't mention her name again in case it sets all your speakers off.
military fighting. He had dinner, he had drinks. Some say maybe he had too many drinks, but they all had too many drinks at the time.
Armando, how are you? He's from over there in Switzerland. What's it like in Switzerland at the moment, hey? Mark Kettle is also with us. Accounts officer is in the chat room.
They had this kind of humor in choosing their hosts.
Okay.
So,
There you go, Carl. His next live show is tonight at 9 p.m. Good luck with that. Thank you very much there, Mark Kettle, for the nice message. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
and you're in there, 44 years old, shaking your furs, and you try to
for an excellent display.
Oh,
Thanks
what
for the
a
cooperation and,
display.
to ground.
The P-38 Lightning, absolutely beautiful. Looking stunning as well. And you can hear the crowd as well applauding that. Hey, we got somebody knocking on my door. We better let him in.
That's me. How you doing? This is your royal ruler, Tony Prince, and hi there. Watching the Airshow World with Stu Bear.
Oh yes, it's definitely a Friday night, and you're in the right place. It's 7 o'clock, in between 7 and 8 every Friday night. You can be with Stu Bear and on Airshow World, playing you a few video clips of air shows and everything else. And coming up for you right now, we showed you some video at the beginning of the show from Little Gransden. We've got a little bit more coming up right now, and it's not Dr. Hook. It's the Miles Gemini and this beautiful aircraft. And I'm going to leave it to Ben Duddle to tell you all about it.
The Hurricane Forest today, a beautiful exhibition of his cherished aeroplane.
Right, that Muzzie's going to take off at us, so I'm going to go get it.
That's James. James. Don't get run over.
Miles Aircraft saw them to be completed by other firms. Powering this aircraft, a pair of 100 horsepower Blackburn Cirrus Minor 4-cylinder piston engines, giving it a top speed of some 150 miles an hour at sea level. The Gemini attracted a very wide mix of operators. It found favour with some light charter firms and air taxi operators, as well as other businesses and private owners. Among its famous users was Shell Aviation, which had a Gemini as its corporate aircraft. And that one was flown often around Europe, the Middle East and Africa by no less an individual than Douglas Bader when he was an executive of Shell Aviation. There's another famous name associated with the type. And that's Alex Henshaw.
Where's Sywell asks. Who asked the question? I'll find out in a minute. Sywell, it's in Northamptonshire.
As pilot for Vickers Supermarine during World War II, he worked after the war for Miles Aircraft and ferried one of these Geminis out to the Belgian Congo.
One should also remember how successful they were post-war in air racing.
Dora, good to see you as well. Thank you for putting a message into the chat. Great to know you're out there watching.
Oh yes, definitely. Nat Summers, one of the great racing pilots of the day, won the 1949 King's Cup in a Gemini with Gypsy Major engines. Fred Dunkley used one with Cirrus Minor engines, but with a more streamlined fuselage and hotted up engines to great effect in air racing, and he would achieve speeds in excess of 170 miles an hour in a Gemini.
When I first started following aeroplanes and cycling to various airfields, one of my home bases was Elstree, and in those days it was full of Miles Messengers and Miles Geminis. And unfortunately, around that time, glue failure became a problem, or wood rot, as it was quite often known. And many of these aeroplanes ended up as bonfires. And it's so sad, which makes this aeroplane very, very rare.
It is. It's currently, I think, well, certainly one of the very few in airworthy condition. It was first registered in October 1947. It had a whole succession of private owners since. One of them, a Mr. Clement Spencer Thomas of Hunedon in Bedfordshire, had it from 1948 to 81. And this was raced itself as late as 1981 in the King's Cup, which was held at RAF Finningley that year.
And this is an airshow I can definitely recommend. Just look at the flying. Just look how close you get to the action and the flying display line. It really is something quite unique. It's a brilliant location. And this year, on August the 28th, they'll be holding their 30th anniversary. Where is it? It's Little Gransden. It's over near, near Huntingdon, Cambridge, that sort of area. And I certainly hope to be bringing you something quite special from that very air show. In fact, it's where the global stars are based.
This thing didn't display its curtain.
This aircraft was bought by its current owner, Stu Blanchard, in late 2017. He has become a great miles enthusiast. He's got a rare M48 version of the Messenger and the only airworthy Miles Mercury in his collection, both under restoration.
That Mars Mercury, was it the one that used to be in Stauning, Denmark?
In Denmark, yes indeed, yes.
Yes, beautiful aeroplane.
Yeah. Yes, very much looking forward to seeing that on the scene. In fact, I should be going and seeing it in Stu's workshop next week in Hull. He flies this aircraft with great verve, and it's always been a very sprightly performer, the Gemini, hasn't it?
Very much so, as its air racing history lays out.
Well, Malcolm, I'll have to go through some of the videos and try to find out for you, see if I've got any of that footage. Probably Morris will know better than me if I've got any footage of that. Because Morris is he's my expert when it comes down to the old aircraft. On the mentions tonight, saying hi to our very own Clive, and also, hey Clive, say hi to Marcia for me, okay? Hope you're doing good. And here we go, here's an example. Just look how close you get to them taxiing as well. This is the place, Little Gransden. Make sure you're there. Oh yes, it's the bear. It's Stu Bear, and you're watching Airshow World. Oh yes, every Friday night, of course, you can join my good self, Stu Bear, between 7 and 8 o'clock. Make a date, alright? Hey, put it in your phones. Make sure you're always with us, because I can promise to bring you something, hey, lots of different aircraft, and that's what we've got coming up for you right now. You can see on screen what it says, where we're going back to. With beautiful blue skies as well. The Royal International Air Tattoo, and a few quick highlights from 2007. including an F-15 display coming up in just a moment. Thanks, Mark, for the message. Will I be going to East Mid soon? Just depends. That's why it's important. Hey, make sure those notifications are working, because I may be there next week. Who knows? But for the regular evening slots down at East Mids Airport, it'll be from April time, when it's light enough to be able to do the cargo. When it's light enough to be able to do all the cargo stuff into the evening. So that should be from around about April time.
And the display, the surface wind is 250 degrees at 12 knots.
Good for takeoff line.
Fin force, nice display, vacate right, contact ground at 119 at the...
I always think this is a bit of a frightening looking helicopter. Imagine this sneaking up behind you, hey? Oh yes, most definitely, Stephen. That's all in the pipeline right now, all being put together. So next Friday night, expect to see a few Tiger aircraft, nicely painted up for Chinese New Year, for the Year of the Tiger.
Understand 8,000 feet, 3 miles, thank you.
And immediately pull into inverted flight.
And for you right now, as I said, just a few highlights from Royal International Air Tattoo 2007. And if you want to see the whole DVD, keep watching Airshow World, because either Wednesday or Thursday next week, I will do a DVD show, and we'll include this for you. Hey Stephen, thank you very much. I will check that out from on Monday, okay? So thank you for sending that video across. Much appreciated, and I shall get it downloaded on Monday.
Requires a hard turn in one direction, followed by another hard turn in the opposite direction, tracing a figure 8 over the ground.
Leader 7 ground.
And of course, if you've got anything that you'd like to send across for next week's Tiger special, whether it's any photographs or if it's a little bit of video like Stephen Billings has sent across, provided it's not already on YouTube, hey, I will see if I can feature it in the Airshow World Followers section. And of course, you know how to get in touch with the bear. It's so simple. I'll tell you in a second. It's Stu, S-T-U, at airshowworld.com. Hey Andrew, if you've got a very bright satellite going over you right now, chances are it could be the International Space Station. Oh, what a beautiful shot, beautiful sight.
And holding a little bit more, and ready, break. When they need you. 130.675. So the ILS 27. Yeah, affirmative. Roger, and message?
Absolutely fantastic. What an aircraft. And if you want to see these particular aircraft for real, in the flesh, as it were, the real busy base is Lakenheath.
013 knots.
And of course, hopefully from April, I'll bring you a few live streams from there as well. But you had a bit of a taster tonight earlier in the show from one of the live streams that I did from Lakenheath. Because they are really something special. And have you ever seen them flying through the Mach Loop? Boy oh boy, they are something. And I'll have to feature that also very soon.
Okay, the display, the surface wind 26013 knots.
And coming up right now on Airshow World, it's that time of the show to find out what some of the Airshow World followers have been doing. And on tonight's Airshow World followers, I gotta say a big thank you to Marcus Cranfield for sending these beautiful photographs across. These are stunning. And if you'd like some of your photographs, or if it's a video that's not already on YouTube, just send it across and I will feature it on the Airshow World followers. Simple as that. Marcus, thank you so much. Some from the Royal International Air Tattoo, and others from many different places in the world. You certainly get about, Marcus. Beautiful shot. And coming up for you right now on Stu Bear's Airshow World, it's time to go way back in time with classic air shows. And where are we going? We're going back to Alconbury.
Ugly it is, but effective it is too.
Oh, how could you say it's ugly? The beautiful, I'd call it beautiful. I love this aircraft. It's the brilliant A-10.
It's designed as a low-level ground support, ground attack aircraft, sort of aeroplane that can eat enemy tanks for breakfast, on an enormous 7-barrel gun which fires up to 4,000 rounds a minute in the nose and up to strong punch. Two fins of rudders upright.
He said hi to Carl Lyons. Said hi, Airshow World. Carl, thank you for joining us tonight.
Here comes the A-10. Responds to the control movement very rapidly. Now, as it spends most of its operational life down among the daisies and in and out around the trees.
And I've got to say a big thank you to my fantastic friend, that's Andrew Hare.
Is very ruggedly constructed.
You know the score. Hey, he sent the VHS tape along.
First class anti-armor weapon.
I've managed to restore it. And Andy, you'll be getting DVDs of these very soon. And if you want to see more from the Alconbury Air Show back in, as I said, I think it was 92, a long time ago. That's why it's a little bit grainy. But if you'd like to see more of this, coming up on one of the afternoon shows, I will be featuring that for you. Okay, so that's something to look out for. It's either going to be Wednesday or Thursday, but I can't say for definite at the moment because I could be out somewhere filming on Thursday afternoon. So lots of sort of things that may be coming together next week. That's why it's really important to make sure that, hey, if you like your aircraft, make sure you subscribe to Airshow World and make sure those notifications are definitely working. Right, what have we got coming up for you? Well, hey, we've got a couple more shots before we actually leave you, but don't forget, when this show finishes, hey, why not pop over to my good friends and we'll be having a sneak peek with them in just a moment, and that's the guys over on Plain Talking UK podcast. All right, so we'll have a sneak peek and see what they're up to in a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, hey, keep the messages coming. I'll try to say hi to as many folks as I possibly can. We're getting towards the end of tonight's show, and we've still got some more footage. We're going to go back because, hey, we've been featuring some stuff, bringing the memories back of last April. That's why, you know, I'm thinking, gosh, I can't wait for April so I can get back over to Mildenhall to bring you some more live shows from John's Field from the campsite, because it opens at the beginning of April. It's only a couple of months away, so hey, we can get through it. We're getting through the winter, and I certainly hope bringing you these videos is helping you get through these dark winter months. Hey, it's the end of January already. 28th of January, it's whizzing by. And of course, these are the sort of shots I want to bring to you in April. This was from a live show, and I was filming this going, I can't believe this. It looks great. And I'm sure this was the occasion. Stephen will remember better than me. He's got a better memory. But he was there one particular night and waiting for these sort of things to happen. Aircraft in the beautiful sunset. But it never happened. But the next day. So, hey, am I winding you up enough there, Stephen? Hi, it's Stu Bear from Airshow World, and I'm very proud to announce our sponsor, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And for viewers of Airshow World, you can get 15% off from the world's best tea and coffee company. Plus, you'll be helping Airshow World grow. Just use the code Airshow. That's the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. And still to come, hey, just look at that. That is the stunning shot. But that's what we're going to leave you with in just a moment. Just before I do go, I will double check the chat room one more time. But hey, let's have a quick sneaky peek and see what my good friends over there on the UK Plain Talking podcast
is to remove direct aisle access for some passengers, an approach followed by Singapore Airlines, amongst others.
And these guys, they know their stuff, and they'll be talking about, would you believe it, aeroplanes for the until around about 9:15. So hey, why not pop across, join them. I will put the link into the chat room. There we go. You can see what I'm doing. Literally moving my head away from the mic. And I shall copy and paste that into the chat room for you right now. So, hey, at the end of this show, which is around about 30 seconds away, pop over and have a word with them. And they've got there's the link in the chat room, by the way. And they're a great bunch of guys. Pop across and say, hey, Stu Bear from Airshow World recommended that I came across and said hi to you all. So I'll be in the chat room as well, saying hi to a few folks. So pop over, say hi to them. And everybody, look, hey, I've told you, the best chat room in the business. That's you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Airshow World. Where else would you be on a Friday night between 7 and 8 o'clock? Well, just after 8, you know. That means I can have some after 8 mints, doesn't it? Yeah, of course it does. Get some chocolate. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great weekend. I will see you sometime in the week, next week. If you can't make it then, join me next Friday night. Have a good weekend. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Well, this is all about